Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Anita Sadowska and I'm a swimmer and fashion photographer, and I show you what I do and how I do it on this channel. Today I want to show you a really excited photo shoot with Jamila that I shot towards sunset in Bali. We shot it together with Irene. She has a video on it on her channel, so make sure to check it out. But today I'll be showing you how I took the images towards sunset with the beautiful golden light, and I will also be editing them using today's sponsor, Reblum. I will be using their software to show you how quick and easy it is to edit these photos using AI. So let's get started. What if you sit back into the seat more and then lean forward? Yes. And then just this little, yes, beautiful. The original plan for this photo shoot was to be shooting by these really cool rocks that Irene and I found on one of the beaches in Bali. But unfortunately, at that point of the day, the tide was actually really high, even though it was supposed to be lower at this point. So everything was pretty much underwater and the waves were really coming in. So we decided to walk around and we actually found those really cool stairs. We really liked the vibe of how it looked. It was very rustic. I loved the fact that the stone steps were leading straight to the beach. So we decided to start up with that. Yes. Oh, the sun is coming out. I know. Beautiful. There's it though. Beautiful. Let's see. Oh. Oh yeah, beautiful. And just have it lower down. Oh, this is like completely covering it. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is actually really cool. 1, 2, 3. Love. That's my film. I'll just take a few on my camera. Beautiful. Whenever I organize a photo shoot, I always want to consider accessories because it always makes everything a bit more interesting. In this particular photo shoot, we had this really cool straw hat, as you see here, and we also had this beautiful shell that I'll be showing you a little bit later on. And I think it's really nice to bring these kind of things because it puts your model out of her comfort zone. It makes her try something a bit different. It gives her something to do with her hands as well, which is really nice. So I definitely recommend having a few accessories that you can always bring with you and play around with during the shoot. Yes, yes. Maybe put it on. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah. What if you're like holding it up a little bit so it's not on your face as much? Okay, I want to see it close up. You're just holding that like this. Don't hold it too much, just like a little bit. Yes, exactly. And face the sun because I want to see if there's going to be anything. Oh yes. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Of the settings.
I think this one was full. Sorry, in your face.
These are so beautiful. 2,500, 3.5. Oh, too much. Yes, yes, perfect. Look at me. Yes. And look at me. Just have one sitting on the stairs the way we had the previous one, just without the hat. Just drop it there, yeah. In this particular photo shoot, I was really going for that dreamy effect, so I put on my Prism Lens FX Dreamy filter on my camera. I shoot with the Sony a7R IV and the 24-70. I usually use it if I want the images to be slightly softer, to be a little bit more dreamy and blurry. It's not a look that I would go for all the time, especially when shooting for clients, but when I do my own photo shoots and I have my own creative direction of whatever I want to do, I will usually use it because it is very nice and dreamy. Yes, now you look great. Yes. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, love. Oh, you know, that's actually really pretty. Would you do something with the arms? Maybe what if you have them on your head, or no, it's a bit too. Yes, beautiful. And what if you're just like this and close your eyes? Yeah. And I want to see a bit of your face though from in between. Beautiful. Oh, love. And the feet, maybe one closer than the other, the legs. Yes. Oh, oh my goodness, just like that. Maybe this hand down. What if this hand you're like at the, yes, beautiful. And close your eyes and play with your hair with the other hand. Yes, beautiful. Close your eyes. Yes, beautiful. So I would love the one where you're like close with the shell with your face. I just want the, you don't have to be pouring water into it. Let's see. So just kind of your face. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Oh, I love that. Beautiful. What if you have it kind of lower, maybe by your neck? No, it's fine. Let's do the pouring. I really like the pouring, but again, with the water. I definitely want the pouring over the head though, instead of the chest. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Next look was very brief for me because it was pretty much Irene's idea to put it together. She brought the dress, she had the shell. I just had the vision of a backlit portrait with the water pouring on my model's head. So that's exactly what I did. I just gave her the shell and I asked her to pour it over her head a few times. And I got this really beautiful soft image thanks to the filter as well. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. I will do it one more time, but on film. Photo shoot, I actually did both film and digital. I always like to play with both if I have the opportunity. I think it kind of puts me out of my comfort zone and gives me a better idea of the kind of shots I want to have. I think film slows you down and makes you reconsider your frames because you only have 36 pictures per roll. I find it very helpful, and I think a lot of the time when I'm shooting digital only, I kind of get lost and just start shooting like a crazy person, and then I end up with like 7,000 pictures. But if I shoot film, I only have 36 frames. I will usually use maybe 3 rolls of film, and because it's so expensive and it's more hassle, I just kind of stop myself and think about the shots a little bit more. For this last look, I actually bought this dress specifically to shoot in Bali. I don't usually do that a lot because it gets pretty expensive pretty fast, but if I see a really unique piece of clothing I think I can reuse multiple times, I will go ahead and buy it. And for this particular dress, we didn't really like how heavy it sat on the shoulders, so we actually cut it open over the shoulders so it could kind of drape down a little bit more and look a little bit more sensual. And I think it looked really well. It was falling off my model a little bit, so we had to keep adjusting it so she doesn't get exposed, but I think we got the beached mermaid vibe perfectly and I really loved it. And come here. Yes. Oh, I love this. And if you just like down on your side, just really down. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh, just like that. Yeah, look at me. Beautiful. And just your face a bit more straight on towards me. Yes. What if you, yes, just like that. This very last look, I was actually super gutted because I was hoping to take some flash photos, but it turns out that the batteries inside died. I didn't check, my bad, but I couldn't believe how pink the sky was. Sometimes you just get lucky and you just get the most beautiful light on your photo shoot, and this was one of these situations, and I was just really so bummed out that I couldn't take any flash photos, but it still came out so beautiful and I'm so excited for the photos. If you're anything like me and you hate editing your pictures and spending hours on them instead of actually taking photos, then today's sponsor is for you. Reblum is an AI-powered software that helps you edit your images in a matter of a click. So let's get right into editing. I have a bunch of photos here that I selected to edit for this photo shoot. I'm going to start with this one here because it's a really nice portrait. What I love about Reblum is that it has plugins for Lightroom, Photoshop, and Capture One. So wherever you're working with your images, it will give you a pretty seamless integration. All you do when you're editing from Lightroom, you can select one image or a bunch of them. If you want to edit multiple images, you can just select 6 or 7 or whatever you want, and it will edit all of them one by one. But I will just select one for now. I will go into edit in, and Reblum right here. That's going to create a copy of the image and open the interface. See here, there isn't really much complication to this interface. It's pretty simple. You have natural and fashion, that's your only 2 options. And then you can just adjust your intensity for general and for texture. So as you see here, this is the natural. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to show you. And just keep in mind that this image is slightly soft to begin with because of the filter that I use. So as you see here, it doesn't really change that. But it does get rid of a lot of the imperfections. There's like a little tiny pimple on the nose that kind of disappears. I can also go fashion because I always like to try both options before I decide. And as you see here, it's just a little bit more intense. But again, here, if I don't like the smoothing, for example, I can always go down and select more texture, which I kind of like. So I can go halfway and then decide if I want the general smoothing or not. But I do actually really like it. It's just I do like to preserve the texture. So So as you see, here's the before and after, and it took literally a second. If you're happy with the results, you just click OK and it exports it back to Lightroom so you can just continue working with whatever you were doing. It also edits the skin on the body, not just the face, which I also love because a lot of the time you can't just edit the face and then leave the rest of the body in. So that's really helpful. So as we see here, this is the after and this is the before. This second image example, I'm going to open Photoshop, and as you see, I have the image here. I will duplicate the background, which is just Command J for me. And once I have that, I'm going to go Filter, Reblum, and Reblum Retouch, and that's going to open the program for me. I'm going to look at both natural and fashion. So natural looks pretty good. It gets rid of some of the basic imperfections. This is the little before and after. As you see, it gets rid of the pimples pretty well. And then we're going to go into fashion instead. I actually do like the fashion, but I'm going to bring some of the texture back in and a little bit less general intensity as well. And what I also love about it is the fact that it edits the entire body and not just the face, which is a big thing. I also love the fact that Reblum works offline. It's not dependent on your internet connection, which is nice if you're working remote, but it's also important for your safety. So your images are yours to keep and they're not shared with any third parties. So as you see here, we're going to click OK. And then we're going to zoom in to the actual image and do a little before and after by clicking on the layer. And I am really happy with it for a single click app that doesn't require any clicking or adjusting. This is really, really amazing, and it's a really natural edit as well. I will also give you one more example of images that are not from this photo shoot. These ones were actually taken during my Bali workshop that I recently did. I will look at the pictures. I've selected 3 on Lightroom and they will be batch edited by the program. So as you see here, I don't even have to click anything. It just does it by itself. It shows you the little slider here. And I will show you the before. My model's skin is a little bit bumpy, nothing wrong, but just a little bit of fixing. So this is the natural. I'm definitely going to try the fashion because, as I mentioned, the skin is a little bit on the rougher side. And I actually really like this edit. I think it did such a great job with the skin without making it look really blurry. And I will probably again bring back a little bit of texture because I do really like it and I think it looks more natural, even if it shows some imperfections. I'm totally fine with that. And then I can lower the general, but to be honest, I actually think it did a pretty great job. And then if you notice, it also did the skin, which is really nice. Little before and after. And then if I move on to the next image, it's going to automatically apply exactly the same settings as I got in my previous images. It's going to make them all look the same. Absolutely love it. I also love that it works pretty well on darker skin. I know some AI apps can really struggle with that and it's a real bummer, but this one seems to be handling it pretty well, so it is really good. If you're like me and you work with a large amount of photos, then Reblum is the perfect solution for you. As you see, I have 30 images to get through, and if I was to edit them one by one, I think I would be sitting here all night. If you guys like what you see, make sure to check it out. You can check out Reblum and get 20% off any of the future plans by using my link below, and happy editing.